Hey everyone, it's JFO, and I am going to give you the transit information for May 2021. It's going to be big, guys. This is the month where we have our next Mercury Retrograde. So buckle up, get ready. Here we go. Welcome to the live stream. So we're talking about May transits 2021. Let's get started. So we had a full moon this week. I'm sure you're all feeling it. It was in Scorpio, and I'm going to tell you exactly what day it was. It was on Monday of this past week. Okay, so Monday the 26th of April. And boy, oh boy, are we feeling it. Intense, just an emotional full moon, right? I'm sure you're all feeling it. It feels very emotional, okay? Now, as you know, every week is 1/4 of a moon cycle. Okay, so you've got that new moon, then you've got that first quarter moon, then you've got that full moon, then you've got the last quarter moon. And so the moons in between the new and the full are kind of the checkpoints. But what you want to think of it is you want to picture a cross, okay? It's called the cosmic cross. Now, it doesn't always fall this way, and I'll explain in a second, but basically what you want to think about is if you have a cosmic cross, that's what I call it, just picture a cross. When you have the new moon, the sun and the moon are in the same sign. They're what we call a conjunction. They're the same exact sign when it's a new moon, okay? When it's a full moon, it goes like this, the line of the cross. The sun's there, the moon's there, right? That's an opposition, okay? So that's the peak of the roller coaster ride. The new moon is the start of the roller coaster ride, okay? But when the line that goes through the cross, those are the two checkpoints. Those are the first quarter moon and the last quarter moon. Those are the checkpoints before you go to the next one, okay? So always think of it as a cross when you're thinking about the moon cycle every month, okay? So we're gonna start with the moon cycle for May, and then we'll go into some other things, okay? Welcome to the live stream. Hello, everyone. Okay, so we were at the peak of the roller coaster ride with this full moon in Scorpio on Monday, okay? Peak of the roller coaster ride. Full moon, moon in Scorpio, sun in Taurus. Okay, we're in Taurus season right now because the sun is in Taurus. And all that means, guys, is Taurus is a fixed sign of the zodiac. What is fixed? Fixed is all or nothing, extreme thinking, okay? Taurus is the earth fixed sign. What does that mean? Practical energy, practical all or nothing. Taurus wants to find that stability. They want that just foundation, that stability, that, money is a big theme for Taurus. But with Scorpio in that full moon, Scorpio is like, no, we're in the social stage. We're water sign. We don't want to survive and think practically. We want to feel, right? So it was this fighting of what do I need practically for my self-survival versus what do I desire emotionally with other people. That is what's going on this week, okay? Now, remember, like I just mentioned, the cosmic cross, when you go to that last quarter moon or that first quarter moon, you're going to go to the other fixed signs of the zodiac, and it's going to be a bit of a squaring situation. So whenever we have a first quarter moon or a last quarter moon, it usually, not every month, because sometimes it flows differently, it's usually going to be a squaring to the sun. So I'm going to give you an example, okay? So on Monday, we kick off May, on Monday the 3rd with our last quarter moon in Aquarius. Aquarius squares, and I'm going to explain what that means. Aquarius squares is going to square the sun, okay? Now, what does that mean? It just means that both Aquarius and Taurus are all or nothing signs. They're both fixed energy. But Aquarius wants to do it in a masculine way, and Taurus wants to do it in a feminine way, right? Taurus wants to go more inward. Aquarius wants to go more outward, okay? So what's going to happen, now remember, all the transit information, guys, is going to be so unique and specific when we do it for your chart. So if you want to know anything that I'm talking about for May about your chart, you're just going to go to the link in my bio on Instagram. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can go to Instagram or you can find all the links below. But what you're going to do is you're going to sign up to do a reading with me because then I can really dive deep into what it means for your chart. And I'll give you an example with my own chart, okay? So this last quarter moon in Aquarius, it's going to be this kind of like ending cycle before we go to the new moon, okay? So what is this ending cycle? The ending cycle is going to be, remember, every week is 1/4 of a moon cycle. So that ending cycle, we don't have our new moon in Taurus until the 11th of May. Okay, so from now till the 11th of May, it's the completion of this moon cycle. Okay, so you're going to be feeling that reflection energy of What did I learn in this moon cycle? Now, our last new moon was in Aries. Aries is all about self, me. That's Aries, okay? Now we're moving from Aries to Taurus, okay? So the next moon cycle is going to be all about, well, I have me. Now, how do I survive? How do I pay the bills? How do I earn income? How do I make money? How do I find stability, right? That's Taurus. Taurus season is all about stability, but it's going to be totally shifting. me, exactly. It's going to be totally shifting based on your chart. So I'll give you an example. With me, my Taurus energy is in the 5th house of astrology. What is the 5th house? It's the Leo house. And it's also where my Chiron is, my natal Chiron, and it's also where my pain line. That's something that I teach. It's not in a book. You're not going to find that in a book. The pain line is just the 90-degree mark from your destiny line, and it's kind of where things kind of like split for you. Your separation line, it's where all your wounds hide. And Chiron is a wounding energy. So whenever it's Taurus season for me, I go into this space of my chart of wounding energy around romance, wounding energy around money with my creativity, right? So that is always the theme for me. So notice that it's not just money, it's not just stability, it's going to be those themes for you in whatever area of the chart it's in. So it's hard to be specific with the transits, but I will do my best to help you understand it. So when we have this last quarter moon in Aquarius on Monday, and then we also have Mercury going into Gemini, that's a lot of air energy. What does that mean? Well, the communication planet is going to go into the sign that is like its home sign. Okay? Mercury is ruled by Gemini and Virgo. So Mercury's going to go into Gemini on Monday. Okay? So we're going to start getting really chatty, okay? And like I said, last quarter moon in Aquarius, we're going to have ideas. We're going to have lots of freaking ideas, and we're going to be chatting about those ideas, and it's going to be a lot of mental noise. And because we're in the end of the cycle, because we're in the end of the moon cycle before that new moon, you're going to be doing a lot of reflection and a lot of chatter on what do I need for me, but specifically in the areas of selling, communication, and community, okay? How can I have intimacy and community, right? Because we just went through this full moon of intimacy, okay? So just know there's going to be a lot of banter and a lot of information and a lot of noise kicking off May, okay? So that's the week. And then toward the end of that first week of May, on the 8th of May, Venus is going to go into Gemini. Boy, oh boy, do we have a lot of air energy, guys. This first week of May, so much air energy, okay? Now, what is air? Air is just mental energy. When you take the 4 elements of astrology, fire energy is action, okay? Earth energy is tangible. Air energy is mental thought. And water energy is emotional energy, okay? So we are gonna really be kicking up the air energy, but we're in Taurus season. So a lot of our communication is going to be around these topics of security and money and all of those things, okay? Now, this is where it gets funky and awesome and crazy. We're about to go into our next Mercury retrograde. And if you don't know what that is, it just means that every planet retrogrades, not like the sun or the moon, but every planet retrogrades. And when it's the planets that are farther away from us, we don't really feel those as much, but it's the ones that are closest to us, and Mercury is the closest planet that retrogrades. That's why it's the most intense. Every year we have a Mercury retrograde 3 times a year, and it's always an 8-week period, okay? So you want to think of it as 8 weeks on, 8 weeks off, 8 weeks on, 8 weeks off. And it's kind of like nature's really natural way to slow us down. Okay, so when Mercury is in retrograde, it's not a time where you can't take action. Totally take action. I'm never going to be the astrologer who's going to tell you to not take action. That's ridiculous. I'm not going to tell you that. Do you, but understand that there could be delays or there could be hiccups or there could be things, right? And you're going to probably want to go mentally insane because all of our Mercury retrogrades this year are in air signs. They're all about the mental strength, okay? So as you can see, we're slowly gearing up for that with that first week in May, with the last quarter moon in an air sign in Aquarius, Mercury in Gemini going into Gemini, and then we've got that Venus in Gemini, okay, that passion. So another theme here is this Gemini energy, which is our current collective destiny sign, okay? Our current collective destiny sign right now is Gemini. We are currently collective learning the local neighborhood. We are currently collectively learning selling, marketing, communication. But most importantly, what we are learning right now is mental information. But with Gemini, it's all about the kind of, how do I say this? With Gemini, it's all about ABC 1, 2, 3. It's very facts. It's like, what's the fact? Open the book, find the fact. Geminis want to be the smartest person in the room, okay? Whereas the opposite of Gemini is Sagittarius. Sagittarius doesn't care about being the smartest person. They want to tell a story and they want to find the truth. They're the truth seeker. So right now, our collective comfort zone is truth seeking, finding the truth, learning about the truth. Gemini is like, let's spin it a little bit. Let's present it well so we can sell it, so we can market it. Gemini usually represents journalism, mainstream media, local neighborhood. Whereas Sagittarius is faraway travel, the story, the meaning, the spiritual mission, right? That is our current fight right now collectively, is this truth of the story versus spin of the facts, okay? So we buckle up because it is information month coming up, okay? It is going to be so much about what is truth, right? Because we're going to bring this Gemini out. And so you're going to learn a lot about things in your personal life, but also things in the world where you might stumble upon an energy of someone that's lying, right? Because Gemini is the trickster. They want to trick. They want to show you this when they're really doing this, right? That's Gemini. Now, Gemini's not negative. Every sign has its positive and negative aspects. But because we are also collectively learning Gemini right now, this is going to be a huge, huge, huge month. Okay, so the second week in May, we have our new moon in Taurus on the 11th of May, which is going to be great. It's just like a really beautiful day to start setting intentions for your stability and your finances, because that is what Taurus represents, okay? Taurus is all about fiscal. Remember, we've got the survival stage of astrology, the social stage, and then we got the spiritual stage. We are in the season of survival stage right now, okay? With Aries, it was self. Now we're going into money. Okay, everyone's going to have it in a different house in their chart. So that's why you definitely want to book a reading with me. Okay, so on the 13th of May, Jupiter is going to go into Pisces. Big. Jupiter was in Capricorn. It went into Aquarius for most of this year. Now it's going to go into Pisces. So Jupiter is the planet of abundance and learning. Okay, and Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac cycle. It is all about spiritual transcendence, out of the body, into the soul, into the spirit. And so we're really going to be tapping into, there's going to be an abundance of this out of body experiences, like some type of spiritual journey. Now, when you have this kind of new moon in Taurus with this Mercury coming up, and then this Jupiter in Pisces, when you throw that all in a bowl, what you're getting is this mental kind of sovereign journey you're going on with your own spiritual process of how can I be in this world and create massive stability for myself, and at the same time transcend all the shadowy parts that are inside me, right? Like transcend all the negative 3D matrix crap so that I can really tap into the soul, the spirit, and the mission that I'm here to do in this world, okay? So that is what's really going on. And what's going to happen is the Gemini is going to come on in and kind of fuck with things. Sorry, excuse my language, but it's true, okay? So you're going to have to be mentally prepared for May. Mentally prepared for May. Okay, so Jupiter in Pisces is going to bring that spiritual journey. And remember, we've got our Neptune in Pisces. So that's going to really bring out that imagination energy and just an abundance of imagination, but it can also bring more of the rose-colored glasses, only wanting to see what you want to see and not seeing the reality. So be aware of that too, okay? It's going to bring an abundance of just wanting to see the dream. So either you're dreaming and having the best time in this visioning work that you're doing about your money and your stability and all that fun stuff, or you're going into this place of not facing reality, okay? So just be aware of that. Okay, on the 15th of May, mid-May, is when we have our pre-phase, and all that means is that whatever degree that we're gonna go direct in, so 16 degrees Gemini, let me just make sure I have that accurate. Hold on one second. Okay, so we go direct. Yeah, okay. So whatever the degree is that you're going to go direct in at the end of the Mercury retrograde, whenever it hits that degree before the Mercury retrograde, that's what starts the pre-phase, okay? So that's when we're going to start feeling it, okay? So the 15th of May, we're going to start feeling this energy of we're about to slow down. Collectively, we're going to be like, oh shit, we're about to slow down. Now, we also have, Pluto just went retrograde last week, or this week, and we have another retrograde coming up that I'm going to talk to you about. So we're really going into this retrograde season where you're going to go inward. Like I said, it's all about that spiritual experience of how can I find my own stability? How can I be the stoic, stable force for myself in the areas of selling, communication, right? But more importantly, learning about the soul and the spirit, okay? So after we have that pre-phase begins, the next week on the 19th of May is our first quarter moon in Leo, okay? So we're going to be checking in around topics around, Leo really is the sign of wanting to be adored. Leos just want to be adored. That's it. They just want to be adored. They want to entertain. They want to play. They want to have fun. They want to find that inner creativity. And so we're going to be checking kind of in like, am I lovable? What's going on here, right? Like, we're thinking about these money themes, but then we're going to be, I'm still here. We're going to be thinking about these money themes, but we're also going to be thinking about, am I enough? Right? Can I shine in the world? How can I shine in the world? And that's that first quarter moon on the 19th. Then on the 20th, the sun goes into Gemini. So now we are out of Taurus season. We've kind of reflected on that worthiness and we're going into perception season. True perception season. This is big, guys. The 20th, Gemini, sun. Okay? Now this is huge because our north node, like I said, our collective destiny is in Gemini. So this is like the time to be alive. It's going to be crazy. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to see. Okay, so the 23rd, that Sunday, 23rd of May, Saturn is going to go retrograde in Aquarius. Saturn, let's look at Saturn real quick. I'm going to pull up some Saturn information. So Saturn is going to go, let's see, retrograde until October 10th in Aquarius. So we are going totally backwards in Aquarius until October. And what's crazy is Pluto's doing the same dance. Pluto just went retrograde and it's going to go retrograde. It went retrograde at the end of April. It's going to go retrograde to October. So Saturn and Pluto, and this is crazy. So Saturn is the planet of the parent voice. Okay. Pluto is the planet of death and transformation. So there is this serious responsibility to transform. There is this serious responsibility to find innovative ways to transform. Why? Because the Aquarius is the innovation. Saturn in Aquarius is like, we're getting freaking serious about taking responsibility of innovating the way we do things. And with that Pluto going backwards, Pluto in the Capricorn going backwards is the systems, the dying of the system. So the systems, all the things we've ever known in this world are slowly crumbling and new systems are going to be born. New innovations are going to be born. And this process is going from now till April till August. August, what am I saying? I can't talk. It's already happening. Mercury retrograde. October. Okay. Now why that's big is because our next retrograde is going to be in the fall. So we're going to talk about that in a second. Okay, so this is huge, guys. This is huge. This is a huge time. Okay, so then we have the full moon on May 26th. It's a lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, which is our comfort zone right now. And 2 days later is when the retrograde begins. This is peak time of the year. This is a time of perception season, okay? So when we have that full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, the full moon is going to be in that sign of truth, okay? Truth seeking, my story, telling the truth, finding the truth, freedom, okay? And the sun is going to be in Gemini of, no, let's kind of spin it. Let's kind of present it this way. Let's kind of schmooze it. Let's be the trickster. Let's find the facts, but what are the facts? And it's going to be this push and pull of spin versus truth, story versus facts, okay? And it's this perception season. And then Mercury is going to go retrograde in Gemini on the 29th of May. And we're going to start going backwards in this energy. Now, at the end of the year, we're going to do this all over again when we have the next lunar, well, I think it'll be a solar eclipse. We would have to see. I'd have to look. Let me look. So at the end of the year, in December, hold on, got all my notes here. Okay, so in December, we're going to have, let's see. Okay, the new moon solar eclipse. Yeah, so the solar eclipse in Sagittarius. Wow. Two moments of this. So this is going to be a really interesting rest of the year. I'm just telling you. I'm just letting you know. Okay. So we're going to end May with Mercury going backwards. Okay. And so all of June is this retrograding season. We don't go direct out of Mercury going retrograde. We don't go direct until the 22nd of June, but we don't get out of the shadow phase. Remember, there's a pre and a post. We don't get out of the shadow phase until the 8th of July. Okay, so you want to think of it as we're kicking off something big. I don't know what it is. You're going to experience it in your personal life. You're going to experience it collectively, but it's big. And it's all about truth, okay? And it's all about perception. And it's all about going on a sovereign journey for yourself to find your spiritual meaning of life, your worthiness, right? With that fixed energy. And also how you want to communicate your truth out into the world, okay? So you're going to have your own personal experience of this perception dance. You're going to have the collective experience of this perception dance. And it's all happening. It's kicking off in May. And then June, we're going to go backwards into it. And then 4th of July, it's like fireworks. We're out of it. Let's freaking go. And I don't know what it's going to bring, but I will report back at the end of May for June's transit information. And if you have any questions, let me know. And also book a reading with me. If you want to DM me if you're still watching this and you want to get a little discount on the reading, DM me. Maybe I'll give you a discount. Okay. Bye guys. Talk soon.